I was talking to my coworkers today, and I really, I really said to them, I was like, I done been through a lot of shit. Like, I'm 40. 20 of them years was hard. 20 of them years was a desperate attempt to find some peace somewhere with something. Or someone in that case. Because there was a period of time where I was like toxically codependent on other people. And so I tell people all the time, I don't look like all that I've been through, but I look like some of what I've been through. Now, some of this shit is just how my body be doing. You put me through too much stress and my skin is just butt ugly. It is eczema ridden and some more foolishness. It is terrible. Okay? Some of what I've been through isn't technically what I've been through, is me having to heal my skin after the eczema act up because too much stress all at one time. And the rest of it is I got dental work done in the mountains as a black woman. Don't ever do it. And I do mean don't ever do it. Terrible idea. Absolutely terrible idea, because if they can't keep the white people teeth in their head, they damn sure ain't finna try to keep your teeth in your head. So anyway, 3 things that have saved me from looking like all that I've been through. The first is I sold Mary Kay in my 20s. And if Mary Kay didn't teach me shit else, they taught me 2 things. It taught me, 1, how to care for my skin adequately based on a routine, right? And the second is how to actually wear makeup for real. Actually how to wear makeup for real. Mary Kay taught me them 2 things. That and like a wealth of confidence. Like, Mary Kay will teach you some shit about confidence and business scaling. Like, it'll teach you some things now. It'll teach you some things. You might not stick with it, but while you with Mary Kay gonna teach you some shit. Okay? The second was learning martial arts. And honestly, learning martial arts saved me from being in situations longer if I hadn't had the skill. It saved me from acquiring damage that could have been prevented elsewhere. It saved me from picking up other materials to soothe me in my hardest times. So instead of picking up like a hard drug, I would just go train. Instead of self-harming in another way, I would just go train. Like, it gave me a healthier outlet for destructive tendencies that I wouldn't have had if I hadn't learned martial arts. Simultaneously, it also gave me the ability to navigate, defend, and rebuild myself from injuries that should have me disabled. And I'm going to say this one, injuries that should have me disabled. Okay? And I do mean like strokes, heart attacks, broken bones, torn ligaments, joints, and things like that. There are other extreme instances where it might not work, but for like all of those things that like could compound and have me at a different space, it has helped me recuperate from those things. And the third is that my mama is a whole entire narcissist. Love her to death. I do. But having to navigate my mother and come to terms with what my mother is and what my family structure is has given me a world of perspective that I would not have otherwise, because of what I've had to navigate, unpack, understand, look at, reevaluate. Between Mary Kay, learning martial arts, and my family structure, there's a whole lot of stuff that would have me, under other circumstances, looking a whole lot worse, a whole lot rougher, have a whole lot fewer teeth, have gone to rehab 2 or 3 times, and some more things and some more things. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, I really don't be joking when I tell people that I've gone crazy, absolutely insane, twice in my life. Twice. And I remember because I recorded that shit partially on TikTok. And I go back and look at it like, yeah, I was tripping. I was fucking out of it. Like, I went crazy twice in my life. Twice in my life. Was it due to my own devices? Partially. But was it also due to other people playing in my sanity? Absolutely. The first time I almost went crazy was postpartum depression. I would literally look at my child and be like, he won't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna kill him. And instead of actually doing the thing, I would pass him off to someone expeditiously, be like, take him. I need to take a moment. I need to take a moment. I wouldn't tell them what the moment was. I would just be like, take him. I gotta I gotta go do a thing. Right? And then after that, I realized that it wasn't getting any better. So I went back to college, and I realized I still couldn't function in college because I still had that nigga daddy in my ear telling me how terrible I was because I was out here trying to better myself and this thing and the other thing. Whole set of guilt. We're not even getting into the fact that I had ruined my mother's whole plan for what I was going to look like when she talked about me to other people. It's a whole thing. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, that's the thing. Right? And so all of that combined literally drove me insane. And I was in that insanity. I was in that depression. I was in that will to die yesterday. Until I was 26, 27 when I learned martial arts. And I really actually paid attention to what my thought process was and started undoing the thought process and looking at my family different. Because I realized that half of those thoughts weren't even in my own voice. It was in the voice of the people that were around me. All right. Now, then my father dies. And I really went and got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, a hint of schizophrenia, and depression, and complex PTSD, by the way. I really went out there and got the diagnosis. But then, because I grew up in the psychology field, because my mother has a master's in counseling, I grew up reading the DSM-4. It was DSM-4 at the time, and so on and so forth. When they started trying to give me medicine, I was looking at all the suggested things that they were giving me, and I would go back and research it and go, oh, wait, that is too much for an initial dose. And when I say it was too much for an initial dose, it was 3 times what the initial starting dose for an antidepressant would be. And the side effects from tripling the initial dose is that it ramps up suicidality, which literally means that this nonprofit I went to go ahead and get all the stuff that I needed to get done so that I understood what I was dealing with was literally telling me, fuck you, bitch, kill yourself. No, I did not take that medication. No, I didn't. Was I sliding into psychosis because I didn't have somebody to check in with every now and then when shit was going crazy? Yes, I did. I absolutely did. And I knew I was. I felt it every day, and I was doing everything I could to not slide all the way there. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how I avoided the grippy sock vacation on both ends. But I did. I'm going to tell you how I avoided it. It was kung fu. It was absolutely martial arts. It was absolutely martial arts both times. And at no point on the second round did I ever step foot into another church. Because I knew that in doing so, they were going to prey upon me. The same way that the first time when I was going through my first initial issues with my postpartum depression, they preyed upon me. And I was just like, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to just go back to what I was doing when I was in isolation the last time. And I've been in isolation ever since. And even now, I'll be looking at people going, y'all motherfuckers is weird. But then I go and tell them my life experiences for real and things I've gone through. And I'll be like, I'm not actually crazy. I really for real experiences. This really for real happened. It's not normal. But people keep normalizing it.